Hello guys, it's Mr. Cole. Last video for the week, continuing on with Bill Clinton's presidency. Yesterday we talked about the booming economy in the 1990s, most specifically the impact of globalized economy and global communications and global trade, especially with NAFTA. So with that, we're going to move on and just kind of hit the other big highlights of Clinton's presidency. This one should be really short for you. So as the global economy is doing really well, the United States economy does better than it had ever done before. And as a result, for the first time since World War II, the United States began running a budget surplus, meaning the United States government actually brought more money in taxes than it had spent. Okay, this is the last time in history that it happened. It happened a couple times under Clinton's presidency. It is a result of how much money the Americans were making, right? The economy was doing really, really well. I put on there, not since then have we even come close. In fact, our debt now is it's actually now over $23 trillion dollars in debt. But under Clinton's presidency, we had quite a balanced budget, okay? Now, under Clinton's presidency and in the 1990s, you begin seeing a disturbing growth in the amount of terrorism that takes place not only in the United States but around the world. And next week we're really going to focus in on terrorism specifically and look at it. But one of the worst terrorist attack up to that time occurred in 1995 at the federal office building in Oklahoma City. Timothy McVeigh, who was upset at the United States government handling of a cult in Waco, Texas, decided to take a moving truck, fill it with fertilizers, which in a certain way can be explosive, and parked it underneath the Oklahoma City federal building and blew it up. 168 were killed, many children at a daycare there. You can see the just absolute sheer damage that was done to the building, essentially cut the building almost in half. And it's just quite a horrific moment. Along with that, Clinton, during this time, the World Trade Center will be attacked for the first time by Al-Qaeda. They will place a bomb underneath the World Trade Center parking garage. I don't think there were any casualties, but still showed the growing terrorist threat and how hard it is to stop terrorism began to grow during the time. Unfortunately, really, Bill Clinton had a chance to go down as one of our better presidents. I mean, the economy was doing well. Overall, not the greatest president, but was, it was good, pretty good times in the country. But unfortunately, his political scandal ends up probably being the most famous thing that we remember about Clinton's presidency. And that is that he was the second president in our history to be impeached. Now, the impeachment came as a result of Bill Clinton's affair with Monica Lewinsky, a White House intern. Now, this is one of the common misconceptions, okay? Clinton was not impeached because of the affair. He was impeached for perjury and obstruction of justice for lying about the affair under oath. He was being sued for sexual harassment, and as part of that lawsuit, while he was under oath testifying, he was asked if he had had any other affairs, and he had said no. And lying under oath is a crime. It's called perjury. And eventually this gets out about the affair, and eventually everything comes out. Now, Clinton famously originally denies it, but as more evidence comes out about it, eventually he admits that he did have an affair and apologizes to the American people. However, Congress was controlled by Republicans, and the House of Representatives decided to impeach him for perjury for lying under oath. Now, with that, impeachment does not mean he was removed. Remember, Donald Trump was impeached but was not removed. So basically, impeachment means that you're brought to trial. And so Clinton was brought to trial for the perjury. The Senate did not remove him. Essentially, the idea being that presidents, to be impeached, it's not just any crime can impeach you. The crime has to be so bad that it kind of violates the Constitution of the United States. And so the Senate found him not guilty, and with that allowed him to remain president. But with that was kind of a dark part of Clinton's presidency. Okay, and that's where we'll finish up the week because we'll get into the 2000s next week. All right, see you guys.